Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome to more Age of Wonders 3 as I continue along, figuring out more about this game. As you can see, I'm actually playing as a new faction here, and the reason I'm doing this is I want to figure out the different combinations, because they're quite interesting, and they're a lot more different than you would expect them to be. So what we've got here is actually Orcish Engineers, so Orc Dreadnaught combination, and the Dreadnaught is the sort of technological focused class, and because of that, they've got all these sort of different units that you can have. Like, you can now get Orc Musketeers, which you would actually research through this sort of thing. So unlike the Sorcerer who summons these creatures, my summoning list is just spy drones, which are kind of crappy, but they've got a whole bunch of other things instead as compensation. So what you end up with is this sort of really unique faction by contrast, based on the combination of class and based on race. So, yeah, this combination works out pretty well, actually. Unlike the elves, the orcs have sort of very mediocre shooting, but they've got really brutal, high-powered melee units that if they get a chance to thwack you around a bit, they can really do a lot of damage. And because of that, I picked to mix them with the engineer class, because these engineer classes, they actually have really good shooting units. So I've got these musketeers, for example, here. Huge musket damage. These guys just fire a ball and it just does tremendous amounts of damage, which is really, really cool. But we've also got this flame tank over here, and those sort of tanks are another key feature of these guys. And again, those are sort of a more shooting-focused unit. So the combination, like these orc shock troops, are really good tier 3 infantry. They've got really high melee capabilities. They're quite tough. They're quite good at melee combat. So what it ends up being is that I've got this unit that's really, really good at shooting, complementing this army that's otherwise really good at melee combat. So everything works out quite swimmingly, in my opinion. So we're going to go ahead, hit end turn again. And yeah, this is later in the game than that one that I showed you with the elves, where it started from the very beginning. And that's because I just figured, you know, may as well show you something a little bit further in, since the starts are fairly similar. It's mostly about that sort of adventuring, questing sort of thing. Alright, so let's give these guys a good volley if I can. Can I get a bit closer there? Not really. Well, the nice thing about guns, as opposed to what I was doing with those elves, is that these guns, I can sort of move my leader over here, have them shoot at that, and move these guys up as close as I want, actually, and that's going to let me do a lot more damage. Now, I'm not sure, actually, that this flame tank is really all that useful against these sort of things. Yeah, if you see, these guys have big flame resistance, but it's a big AoE cone like that, and that's something that's quite interesting that you can do with these guys. Oops. Crap, I keep doing that. I keep walking on these damn vents. Okay, so we're going to fire at these guys, probably kill them all. Yeah, that's good stuff there. And then send our shock troops in over here, and they're going to just thwack away at these guys, and that really good melee capability of these guys is going to let us churn through pretty easily. There we go. Yeah, and so that's sort of this combination. As you can see, unlike the elves, I'm not using any of their racial normal missile units, even though they start with quite a few. I've decided that the orc stuff just isn't worth it. So instead we're focusing on their stuff that we can get through class to fill in that gap and that weakness that they otherwise have. Which is really sort of neat that you can do that. Or you can even do it to sort of emphasize their strength as much as you want to. It's just really up to you, and I think that's such a great part of this game. We're going to go ahead and produce... I thought I already was producing a Juggernaut, but... Okay, well, let's produce a Juggernaut. And that is going to be really, really good. So we've got a bunch of heroes here you can see loitering around, but whatever. They'll be useful at some point in time once I've actually got enough armies for them. For now, though, we kind of need money. Okay, let's get you guys into these guys. And let's watch these guys again, because it's just so fun mowing down people with that flame tank. They've got actually a tier 3 unit. That's good for them. We're going to have to try and focus those guys with our muskets. Because muskets, as you know, should be able to do a good job against knights, were it not for the fact that knights actually wear armor so that they're immune to muskets, But a giant flamethrower tank might be a little bit more than they can handle. This is an interesting map, actually. It looks like it's a mana mine or something, but actually I'm pretty positive that's what this is supposed to be, is a mana mine. That's awesome. Okay, so We're going to go ahead and run our gunners up here and just shoot these damn knights. Okay, so that's fine. And if I can clear these guys out, like if these guys all get killed, I'm going to have a real easy time in this battle. Okay, so let's get another good shot. Makes my guys happy shooting at knights. And this thing, I should probably be able to get... No? All I can do is hit my own guys. Shit. Okay, so let's just take out those human archers over there. And what we can do actually is this should be an armor-piercing weapon, I think. Crossbow, so... Yeah, that'll be fine. Look. That was very anticlimactic, that guy, but let's see here. Halberdiers, we should be able to take out halberdiers. With our guys here, yeah. Okay, so he is getting 2 attacks, though, for each one of ours. That's less than good. And let's see here. Is there anything we want to do here? We might... Yeah, let's flashbang. Should we... 55%? We could actually finish off these human archers over here, so let's do that. Okay, there we go. That's going to leave them in a real pickle. Interesting thing about my muskets, though, is that they aren't going to be able to fire again this turn. So we're basically going to be stuck doing this old school melee, which is fine. There we go. As you can see, we're quite crushy-killy. And these guys are going to be a little bit more annoying to get rid of because we don't really have... Well, you know what? I think we might be able to get an angle on this guy where we can hit him without killing our own guys too badly. Yeah, there we go. And they just all flop over dead because flame tanks are so great. The angle is a little bit awkward for me in a hex-style system. I'm not really sure that that kind of cone is really that easy to use, but... Hellhound mount. What's a Hellhound mount have for it? 40% protection from fire, blight protection, frost weakness, overwhelm, which gives me extra damage against shields and pikes. You know, I actually do like the unicorn on this guy because like the teleportation ability is actually really strong. So we're going to stick with that for now, but if we see a situation where we might want to switch that up, we have always got that option since we can just take that with us. And like we can just keep going, like we can fight quite a bit with this army composition setup that we've got here. And this is a bigger battle, so it should be a little bit more interesting, but even so, like the ability to just blow people away instantly with those guns is such a nice ability. It's so fun. We're running out of mana though, which is a little bit peculiar. Okay, so these knights are not tier 3 for the orcs. For the orcs, it's these infantry that they've got back here, so those are what we want to kind of take out to a certain degree. And those guys are also quite good, so they've got some decent stuff here. Okay, I think that I can get more than one if I move over here, so let's try that. It's kind of all or nothing. Yeah, I can get 3 of them. Good. 4 of them! Holy crap. Oh no, wait, that was the building. I think that was the building that I also hit, so... That's fine. We could go into these Black Knights and it looks like finish them off potentially. It's not quite guaranteed though, so what we're going to want to do is weaken them up a little bit more. What we can do is use this guy to weaken them just a little tiny bit more, but we could also charge into melee with him, because he is quite good at that. I think these guys, the Orc Shock Troopers can indeed reach all my crap, so I don't want to let them off the hook really. And those guys cannot get too far, so that's not something I'm going to worry too much about. Okay, so let's try and focus on these guys. We'll try and... man. So many things that we have to deal with here. It's a very sort of slow, methodical, tactical sort of situation that we find ourselves in right now. Let's see, Orc Spearmen, that's a weak ranged unit, so we don't have to worry too much about them, but we do want to get rid of these Black Knights, so... you know what, these guys have enough health that I think that I can soak some counterattack from these guys, so let's see if we kill them. We probably will, yeah. No, we didn't. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, they have 1 hit point. Sons of bitches. Okay. Well, we're going to let them attack whoever they're going to attack. I think that if we're lucky, they'll attack these guys, but even if they attack the flame tank, come to think of it, flame tank is really durable, so we don't have to worry too much about that being the case. Let's just shoot at these shock troopers, because I really want to get rid of these guys. Let's see here. Always try and get rid of your opponent's most elite troops if you've got the opportunity. Let's see. I'm going to move this guy up here, which is probably a little bit too exposed, honestly, but you should be able to survive just fine. Okay, that's got them into a position where I should be able to one-shot them with these guys. Yep. Okay, they're dead, so I can get a little bit closer and shoot at these shock troopers. Perfect. Okay, so these guys are probably going to like run in and try and kill my musketeers, and hopefully they're not going to be able to do enough damage. Or do I have another flashbang? No, I do not. Okay, I think I need 16 to use a flashbang, so... Yeah, now they chuck spears at my, like, the gas tank for that thing, but... Oh no, oh well. Ooh, they didn't go after my musketeers. That's really good. Of course, my general's bleeding now, but that's not too bad. Okay, so we can deal a bit of damage to these great swords over here. Can we get to flanking with anything? What we can do is we can move our guys over here and then attack in melee, and our guys are actually pretty beefy, even though they're not the best in melee, because they're flanking. That works out to be okay for us. Then we can shoot them here, and this will be, I think, flanking. Is this flanking now? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. So we'll shoot them there, and then we'll charge in with these guys, and that'll finish them off. There we go. Okay, we're just gonna flame these guys, I think. Because we can finish those other guys off in melee easily enough with these guys. Easy, no problem. And then we can charge these spearmen with our gunners, and our gunners are actually a little bit better at melee, so they are, after all, much more expensive units, so worked out fine. And our opponent's going to jab at us, but we're going to jab them back, and that's another battle. So as you can see, that mix of like ranged burst damage lets us like pick apart key targets is, I think, the real reason I like them. Another unicorn? Huh. Well, that's not really that productive, but okay. I can get these to the other heroes if I go wander back there, but we're going to head on up here first. And I want to settle up over here. And I think about... We want it to be sort of equal distance or capable of absorbing as many things as possible. I think that here is a good spot, though. Maybe one further north would have been a better idea, but that's still fine enough. I think borders grow enough that they'll get up there. Let's see here. This guy's got a level, so what does he want to take? Field Medic is a good thing. All heroes gain charge is a good ability. I think we'll take Charge Command. That's a really good ability. So that gives all our units bonuses when they charge into the enemy. It'll make them hit really hard. Let's see. We're making quite a bit of money. Okay, solid engineering, so a lot of our units much tougher now. We don't need expansionism really right now because we have mostly larger, more defined cities, so that's not going to be necessary. We don't need regenerate walls because we have enough armies that I'm not too worried about what we're doing here. Getting irregular sabotage might be a good idea. I'm just going to take Invention 1 for now, or Invention 2, I mean. That'll be a good idea for us. And this place needs to start working on the basics, so of course we're going to go with the storehouse just so we get these buildings nearby really quickly. That's important. Builder's hull so that we can build stuff more rapidly, and whatever else comes to mind. Also, we can take mana fuel cells, cast it on here, and that's going to increase its production rate. These buildings are built so quickly that that's not going to actually help them, but everything builds a bit faster there now, so that's a really great ability when you're starting out a new town. Let's go check out these ancient ruins, I guess, but are these guys healthy enough that they can do that? I'm going to wait another turn, actually, and then do that then. If we're getting production here, does that mean that we finished... yeah, Yeah, we've got our Juggernaut over in this city now. That means that that city has one of the toughest units in the game, one of the most powerful units in the game. Really good thing. But for now, we do need to work on our magic production, so we're going to build a Great Temple. And what magic production does for a faction like this is you require magic to produce these higher tech units. So if I look at this Juggernaut here, it takes 80 mana to build one. So that's what you use it for. It doesn't have the same upkeep cost like the summoning spells do for sorcerers, but they're still pretty costly all in all. So it's important that you keep an eye sort of on what that's doing there. So yeah, we're just gonna rush a couple of end turns here. And I really want these Orc Shock Troopers to get a little bit healthier. And I forgot that I do need a repair guy in that particular unit or area. I think that engineers have the ability to repair stuff like that, but I can't really remember for sure. Let's check their full unit details. Can you guys repair anything? No, they cannot. Oh well. We're gonna not worry about that. We can always replace them, but yeah, I think that you're supposed to sort of do that sort of thing when you've got another Dreadnaught. I don't know if I have another Dreadnaught. Elementalist, I think that's a sorcerer, yeah. Oh, we do have another Dreadnaught. Okay, so we're gonna send you up here and start leveling you up. Actually, I think this person must have started with some levels, but I haven't used them yet, so I should be able to learn how to repair. Apparently I do not have any actual upgrade points. I must have already done that. Shit. Okay, well, still though, you're going to go up there and you're going to get some experience points, which should be fine. You guys just chill out there for a turn. Okay, Intervention 2, that's fine. Produce Ironclad Warship. And that's the naval version of the land ship thingy. Really quite good ability if it comes down to it, but prefer not to have to use something like that. We're going to learn Resurrect Hero, which is always a good ability to have, so that like those guys that are quite crucial to your success, like engineers for example, don't get murdered. We're going to take these guys out of this army and they're going to go rest back in that town there, and that's going to let me move this army into here, and then I can go invade this ancient ruins. And what we hopefully are going to see is our new hero over here, Ramona the Saboteur, getting enough levels that I can start repairing crap. Because otherwise we're going to have some very unhappy ironclads or whatever. Alright, so we're up against some ogres and some other crap. We do want to make sure that we're, again, using those bullets effectively by focusing them on the biggest, scariest monsters, which is in this case is these ogres. But they are kind of, looks like, avoiding our line of fire here. What we can do, though, in a situation where they're sort of avoiding our line of fire is just sort of move anything that is in its line of fire, or is in its warpath, and sort of move it away. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, and you are Ramona the Saboteur, good. Can move you over here, finish these guys off with your musket. And that will definitely finish them off. They only have 4 hit points left. Okay, good. And then you need to make sure that we stay out of the range of those guys. Keep out of their reach. And then this guy can just sort of crossbow these guys. Perfect. And then we should be able to finish them off with these guys. Okay, so we managed to save our musket shots against all this other crap so that we can use these muskets against these ogres, which is really kind of what we want to be using them for. Alright, perfect. And again, this sort of combined arms approach, you always want to have some shooting, because it's retaliation-free damage that your opponent can't do. So whenever they've got something really high offense, not particularly great defensive-wise or anything like that, but just really, really high offense, it's really nice to have good, competent missile units. Okay, these guys have only got 16 hit points left. So can our Saboteur finish them off? Looks like she can. They will retaliate, they'll get 2 hits off. Let's see, I will probably kill them in 2. Can I kill them in 1 if I use the flame tank first? How much will this deal? That will deal too much. What did this guy have for a missile weapon? It was this. It'll deal 11 to 17, so it's a low chance that this is going to kill them, so let's take it. Damn it! Oh well, that's what you get. Alright, so that's going to be even more crap. High-heeled black leather boots. And of course it gets taken by the little dwarf guy, because, you know, this little dwarf guy, he's very insecure about how high he is. That's why he's got this gigantic mohawk up here. And he's just like, ooh, high heels, black leather high heels. And the, like, lady goblin that he's with is just like, ooh, those look lovely. And he's like, they are mine. And now he's wearing black leather high-heeled boots because he's now a little bit more secure about his height. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so we got this other army. They've also got their land Dreadnaught. We're going to go ahead and check it out. I'm just going to test this baby out, take it for a spin, which is what you do when you get some new wheels. We're fighting against like spiders and a troll, so this should be pretty easy. And again, we got a mix of this like high-tech unit, high-tier unit, but we unfortunately don't have in this army musketeers, which are also something that I really should be getting. Instead, we've got the witch doctors, which you could start off with. Look at this thing. That's great. We've got a mortar here, which does 20 damage and 20 damage. So that's actually more damage than the broadsides. Oh wait, no, the broadside is if they're right beside me. That is a terrible idea right now. Okay, so let's mortar the troll. See what happens there. Let's see here. That looks fine to me. Let's just fire away. Hello? Okay, so that looks wonderful. Okay, so we want to kill out these guys without getting too close to those other units until we've gotten another shot off. I'm not sure if this has a cooldown. It does have a cooldown. Damn. So what we're going to do is probably run this in and broadside everything else to death, but that's fine by me. We can finish these guys off with just a pretty simple musket shot. Keep hitting the wrong button, I don't know why. And we want to avoid the shit out of those trolls. Okay, so we can move to here and hit these guys at lower strength value, which is fine by me. Move these guys back here. And move these guys up here. So we should be ready to receive them once they get a little bit closer. If worst comes to worst with the land Dreadnaught, you can always just ram people. They tried to cover my land ship in webbing, which is kind of hilarious. Alright, so once we've cleared out these guys that are sort of in front of my land ship, which should not be hard. There we go. We can move this up here. Oh, no, damn it. I forgot, because we did have that problem. We can't quite get there. Look how much damage that would do if I could actually do that there safely. I could even pull back my units and do it anyway, but that seems like a really bad idea. Oh right, trolls and blight protection. Okay, so yeah, let's actually go ahead and try that. Let's see, I need to be at least 2 away, so that should be far enough. Baby spider we can take out. Okay. And then... yeah, good. We only hit our great swords with like 1 blast of this. Perfect. Go. You'd think they have the option, you would think, to just not fire the back-end cannons. But no, that is not at all how this happens. Alright, let's I really should have done this earlier. I should have done that first, but there's only a 17% chance of it working anyway, so... did that work? I think that worked. Huh. Alright, well, whatever. Alright, so these guys on fire, immolated, works well for me. Let's go ahead and end this. And that's going to kill him. Perfect. I could not have asked for a better result. Okay, Melody of Oblivious Harmony. Unit has plus 200 morale. That's really high extra morale. Alright, well, whatever. Oh, it's a castable spell, so I'd have to actually use it. Interesting. Okay, so that place is back on producing stuff, but it's at the point where I kind of am running low on sort of mana and money, so I'm going to have to build a shrine here. Nothing else that can be done about it, but it only takes 1 turn to finish it, so that's fine. Over here, on the other hand, can't really afford anything at all, so let's go ahead and generate mana. And this is the option that you take when you just desperately need an influx of any sort of resource whatsoever. Let's see, production for Zwabi. We finished that. We've now got 33 mana rolling in every turn. That's really good. Temple might be okay, just so that we've got even more of that and have to worry about that less. But, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Because we... Whoops, no, not that. Temple. Because we could always do with more of that. Okay. And also, let's get these guys over here, actually, to go wipe out those. Because that will give us even more mana still. And that's the resource we're sort of low on. You wouldn't expect that with your engineer, but when you're, like, building lots of land sharks and stuff like that, or land tanks or whatever, that's sort of what you end up spending, so... Alright, so this army, I do want to learn how to repair stuff. Okay, these guys are going to run though, that's fine, we'll let them run. Okay. Learned Hero Resurrection, which is a really good ability. Means that you can get away with a little bit more. Okay, we don't need that because we're not playing with Subterranean on. I'll do that for a later one, potentially, but... For now, that's fine. Let's see here. Let's learn Dragon Oil. We'll make our cities a little bit more durable. I'm surprised these guys fought us. Okay. Dragon Oil makes it so that there's just oil surrounding your city that's on fire, which makes it hard to attack. Who would have thought? It's a bit like the results of me constantly standing on these goddamn vents. Alright. Gonna move our gunners up a bit and just let these guys come to us again. Try not to let them get double shots off against us, but sometimes it just really happens and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Okay, the guy's pretty beefy against fire-based attacks. Did this thing heal somehow? This thing's full health now. I thought it wasn't supposed to be able to heal. I'm fairly certain that's not... Maybe I actually do already have the repair ability. Maybe I was not paying enough attention. Well, we're being firebombed at any rate. That's not good. It's sub-good. Yeah, that fire spit's doing some nasty, nasty stuff. Okay, so let's get on up here and start shooting. These little rotty bastards. Even with that range penalty, that's so much damage. Okay, let's do that. Even with that resistance, those little dragonlings took enough to die there. Oh crap, we have to... Okay, we'll move these guys up here first. Got so much stuff in our way. Alright, well, we're gonna save that shot, I guess. And we're gonna go use these guys to shoot these ones instead. Yeah, because that's gonna... Even that one's got a bit of a range penalty. Okay, so the next firebomb is gonna be a doozy, but, you know, whatever. The problem with muskets is that you can't just fire them every turn. You do have to make sure that you're maximizing those shots because they do take a turn to reload. So, yeah, this firebomb is just gonna hit everybody. But you know what? That's fine. Oh yeah, they know what's up. Okay, so Saboteur. I do want to finish them off. Yep, that finishes them off. Bang. Somehow one bullet, like 8 kills. And there we go for the other one. Perfect. I just love the amount of damage that you can do with those musketeers. It's just unreal, the amount of damage you do with those musketeers. Okay, so are you almost at another level? Very, very close. Okay, good. And we can actually go claim that crystal tree over there. That might be a good idea. Alright. Finished those things there. We'll get another shrine and another lab. That'll round that off nicely. This is, there's a bridge down here. I didn't really pay attention to that the first time. Let's see what's down there. Oh, that's our ally. Okay, we're not going to go down there after all. And this army, let's go ahead and wipe these guys out. Oh, this is going to be a more interesting battle, because we've got limited forces ourselves, and we're up against a fairly interesting mix of units here. This could be a good one. Could also be an awful one, who knows. Node Serpents are pretty tough, but what we're going to try and do is like move our Land Juggernaut like right into the middle of the enemy and just wail at them with that broadside ability. See if we can get all three of them and keep our units, our own units, a little bit away. So we're going to offer up our Juggernaut for an attack here. We want our units to be a little bit sort of away. We don't have any debuffs on us, so that's not really a point to that. Okay, good. 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 Okay, so they can all attack that guy, which is just fine by me. Let's draw back with our Civic Guard a little bit. Let our big scary machine do its thing. Now let's see what we got here. We got nothing that's really useful here, and we don't have enough mana to spend it anyway, so let's just go ahead and hit next turn. They should only get one attack from that range each. Okay, and looks like we're resisting most of the bullshit, yeah. Okay, good. So that lets us do this. Perfect. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to move our Civic Guard like right up here and just point blank this shot here. How much is that going to do? 5 to 7? That's pretty terrible, actually. Alright, and we're going to try and get these guys somewhere where they're not going to blow our own guys up too badly. And I forget what you were actually good at. You're a druid, so you've got a bow. That's actually pretty good. So we'll move you over here and just peg away at these guys here, I guess. Okay, that's left them with 10 hit points. That one with 18. And our Dreadnaught still's got like 90 hit points. Oh crap. I did forget about that. So we actually have to just start focus firing stuff. Oh man, that's not good. The one thing I'm noticing is like just how appallingly bad it is that the land Dreadnaught doesn't attack back. So we did lose it, and that's unfortunate. I did forget how bullshit these guys can be sometimes, but let's move this guy into here and then charge this thing, and it will explode my thing and probably do damage to all three of them. Oops, I'm aimed at totally the wrong place there. There we go, but we did get two of them anyway. I love doing that. And it killed the Node Serpent. That's perfect. Okay, so let's finish these guys off. And we don't want to melee these guys right yet, but we're going to move back a little bit and then shoot them with our crossbow again. And that's going to reduce the amount that they're going to heal themselves, but it's going to also not prevent them from healing themselves either, so we are going to have to do something about these guys right quick. They're probably going to charge right into my Civic Guard. Holy crap. I wonder if this hero can actually take them. I don't think they can, so I'm gonna retreat my hero back since I don't want to have to pay the re-res cost. So that ended up really poorly, but you know what? That's fine. Sometimes that sort of stuff happens. We're gonna go ahead and send this hero back to town if we can. And this hero we're gonna send up there with the more support for that land tank, because apparently a land tank by itself is just not a little bit too vulnerable unless you can like really kill the stuff that's clinging onto it. Natural healer is good. Healing is also good, but yeah, let's take Warm at Night since I like those sort of generic protection abilities and a defense point, so that's fine. Alright, and you gained a blah. I'm not really sure about these abilities. I'm really just not very good with the rogue abilities. Or Dreadnaught abilities. Let's go with Imperial Authority. That's going to be a good one for us, since who knows what our morale is going to be. Alright, so I think we don't have enough mana to cast anything, right? Okay, I'm just trying to remember. Okay, we do have this protected by that thing, so that's fine. Okay, and some more stuff to fight, because the fights are the sort of interesting part of this right now. Let's see. Over here, we can start working on wooden walls just in case. That way we can sort of guard this flank a little bit more effectively. If we get backstabbed by our supposed allies, let's head those guys back into their city. Alright, perfect. And our capital needs to work on stuff now, so let's work on a temple here as well, just because we really do need those temples. Alright. Yeah, as you can see, like, the stuff we have queued up costs more magic than what we've actually been getting. Okay, Chain Lightning is ridiculously good. Sorcery 1 is a good idea for sorcerers, so we're going to take that. Charged Army, we're going to take that. Neither of those I like. I'm going to just take some range strength, because that sort of is the safe way to level up your character's personal attributes. And then a bit of defense. There we go, good. Down here, if we look, we're again sort of in that position where we want to get more mana, but we have got quite a bit of mana production on the way now. We're getting plus 42 a turn, which is quite a bit. And even though we're spending quite a bit every turn on upkeep, I think that's all just the plus sort of generation there for each city from the mana fuel cells. We can actually end the spell if we want to, but the plus production right now seems like it's a better idea. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and build a grand temple because of that. Let's move up to here. All I've got left is that one unit, so this should be easy. I didn't know I could destroy this by walking through it. That's interesting. Does everybody destroy it when they walk through it? Or is that just my druid? Or not druid, Dreadnaught land shark. Land tank, whatever. Looks like it's just when that mechanical unit goes through that. That's pretty interesting. I didn't know that did that. Another unit that we can build here because of our tech sort of orientation. We can build golems, which is pretty neat. But we're going to go ahead and give this guy 2 units of musketeers. Actually, no, we'll go with 1 unit of musketeers. 1 orc priest. And then from there we'll look at something melee-based. We might take the golems and then a cannon, which is a pretty interesting unit in its own right. Oops, shit. Oh well. Let's see, let them run. Masterful spiked leather helmets. Alright, this guy's really accumulating a lot of treasure. Vendor trash, actually. Plus 3 defense, holy crap. Okay, and this one, yeah, no, plus 3 defense generic is just really, really good. Okay, so, let's see what's going on worldwide. You guys run away, that's fine. No items there, that's a shame. Let's see what you guys do, you're probably going to run away as well, yep. And we're going to sell that boar for gold because we don't really care about him right now. It's too late for those boars to be any good right now. Yeah, why not? I want to lob a mortar at this guy's head. So yeah, the land ships are pretty interesting, I think. I'm not sure how practical they are compared to like the Eldritch Terrors. I think the Eldritch Terror is just like the most overpowered summonable top tier unit because they phase through walls, they've got that ridiculous area of effect spell. They're just good at everything, and it's just sort of shows in how they combat operate. It's just ridiculous how good they are. Probably my favorite unit in the entire game, but there are other ones that are good as well for their sort of utility that they provide in addition to that ridiculous firepower. Because all those tier 4 units are just really freaking good. Alright, so let's drop a mortar shell on their heads. Let's see here, range penalty. Did that get rid of the range penalty? Yeah, it did. Alright. And they're happy to do it too. That's lovely. Alright, you guys go and... Nope, not quite finish them off. Okay, these guys will finish them off, it looks like. Everyone's so happy. Jeez. These guys have reached gold tier as well, so that means that those guys have got their special ability. I forget what it is for these guys, though. Let's see what gold level support for orcs is. It's inflict noxious vulnerability, inflict severely poison. Okay, well that's good. There's I think a thing over here. Oh, that's another person. Hello. They will open their borders for money. 156, that sounds acceptable. I think it is time for you to join. Okay, well, that is fine. Let's hit end turn here. Okay, we've researched dragon oil, which means that if we see someone about to attack our cities, we can really sort of make them bigger. We can also learn summon earth elemental, which is a much more conventional one. I made sure to master an element in this one that lets us summon an elemental. They're like a tier 3, tier 4 unit that you get through summoning through magic instead of building in your cities, which is a useful thing to actually have access to, which is why I've got that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take that and just be pretty happy with it all in all. It's a really good ability. Alright, so let them run. Just going to let them all run from us in fear and terror. Okay. Over there, those guys are going to start working on whatever it is they're working on. Over here, yeah, things are going okay, so cannot afford jack shit, but our mana production is just going up really, really quickly. It's really quite good. Let's see here. Stronger than steel is a good ability, and plus ranged attack at least once is a good idea. He's a bouncer. I'm not sure how heroic a bouncer really can truly be, but if you happen to know a bouncer who's a true American hero or a Canadian hero or whatever, you know, tell him he's doing a good job. That's good for him. That's wonderful. Orc shock troopers cost mana. Color me surprised. Alright, well, let's check what else we can build here. Let's go ahead and get the public baths, because the city's not exactly all that happy. Alright, so you guys start trying to get over there. Good. Ancient ruins. What have you guys got? Another troll. This is really quite repetitive. It's always just trolls. It's like the internet. Alright, so I think this is going to be the last battle. I've just been having so much fun playing this, because it is one of those sort of like one more turn, one more turn, one more turn sort of games, and you sort of get lost in that regard, but yeah, I've been really enjoying it so far. I'll try and show you some of the other like race class combinations, which sounds sort of like some sort of Parthian thing, but yeah, we'll show you something else pretty soon. But for now, what we've got going has been going pretty well for us. Alright, let's go ahead and spew flames at those bastards. Let's get our engineer sort of person over here so that we're not getting ambushed by trolls, and just finish off these wargs. Perfect. Okay, that ought to do. And then let's just get these spiders engaged in combat with these guys. And if those guys don't get covered in webs, sticky, gross webs, then we should be able to finish them off next turn pretty easily. But otherwise, actually, you know what? Let's just do this. It's not the hero that I wanted to actually get that level up, but whatever. I think those spiders died of bleeding, so that's good. Let's get this. Alright, so let's burn these guys like that. 35 damage. Wow. Okay, so gunners, take your targets. Can't miss, really. They're pretty damn big. Okay, and you have got 2 hit points. So actually, I'm going to finish you off with my Dreadnaught, and that'll... Nope, no level. Damn it. Oh well. Lady's Diadem of Grave Return. Let's take that reward. And again, in my tradition of not actually, like, trading items, Diadem gets worn by this burly manly dwarf with a mohawk. Okay, I should actually just give some of this crap to the other character, but let's see here. I forget how to do this. I think it was this button, yeah. And it was... Who the hell is the other person with this guy? It was... Wait, I can't... Literally? Is that really how this is? Game? Did I not send this to the person who's literally beside me? Oh my god. Okay, that is something that I think I would have liked to have seen changed, but whatever. Yeah, we're just going to drop this all on the ground here. And what's going to happen is we're going to shuffle around our dudes just a little bit. And that way we can... Okay, you, asshole, who takes all the things. Okay, good. You, pick up all this crap. Can't believe I have to do this. Okay, hat on. Actually, is the diadem better? Undead Slayer. So they're pretty much even. I think animals are a little bit more common, so we're going to pick all that up. Then you go back in there. Okay, and then we will level you up. God, I cannot believe I have to do that. Oh well, sometimes that's what happens. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take... I don't know. I don't really think I... the unit... No. I like sort of those sort of army-wide buffs. I think that they're just really sort of good value if you're more into the controlling of the units. Okay, I don't want that since the unit has to die for me to use it. Alright, well, we're going to take Warfare 1 just so I can use my abilities a little bit more often. That'll be good enough. And Domain Invasion over here. Oh, that was just our ally moving through there with... looks like they're going to found a colony off somewhere in some remote place. Alright, that's fine. I can accept that. They are, after all, an ally. Anyway, I hope you found this enjoyable, and if you happen to like these sorts of games, this is a really quite good one. So check it out if you happen to like this sort of thing. See what you like and just, go with it. I think that this is a really sort of great game for what it is. And anyway, I hope to see you all next time.